Just, Mr. Charles Douglas, where are we located in Guernsey County?
Londonderry Township.
Londonderry Township, and what's your closest town?
Antrim.
Antrim, and then Cambridge, probably?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Well, how many children do you have?
4 boys and 1 girl.
And you have the one boy out here with you?
That's right.
Is that R.L., does that mean Robert?
That means Richard.
Richard. Well, then, something else I wanted to ask you before we get in talking about these turkeys, and you'll probably hear the turkeys gobbling in the background, and you have been hearing it. They tell me that you know a little bit about, you are a rural electric cooperative member yourself, and you know a little bit about what it meant to get these lines built down in here. And really, Mr. Douglas, I'm just wondering, how on earth did you get the poles and the lines built down in here through these hills?
Well, we built it through the cooperation of the Muskingum and Guernsey Cooperative.
Uh-huh.
And
did you get out in there and help too?
I got out and helped build it.
And then you tell me that Richard is electrician. Come over here, Richard. What does electricity mean to you out here on the farm now with your dad?
Well, we use it in the brooding of some of our turkeys recently with heat bulbs, and find it very successul.
Well, now I want to talk to you about how you are doing your turkeys in a minute, but I'm going over here, and I didn't ask you your Richard's wife's name. What's
Agnes.
Agnes. And then we have 2 little boys, Stephen and Sam. Stephen and Sam, would you like to come over here? Would you like to come over here and say to these folks that's listening to you over Ohio this morning how you raise turkeys? Look over here. Are you Stephen or are you Sam? Huh? You're Sam? Don't nod your head, but what are these things back here that we hear? What are they?
I don't know.
You don't know? What are these white birds back here and these black birds? What are they? Huh? Is that your dog coming up here?
Yeah.
But is that dog? Is that dog doing all that gobbling? Huh?
No.
He isn't. Well, then we're going to go back over here. Since you won't talk to me, will Steve talk to me? No, he turned his back. All right. I want to talk to Mr. and Mrs. Charles Douglas first, because I think maybe we can talk about what it means to prepare the Thanksgiving dinner now. Let's compare it in getting these turkeys ready for market and for the holiday season to back there. How long ago has it been since you started your turkey raising? I'm throwing that question out to you real quick, but approximately how many years have you been in the...
I started in 1908.
1908. This is 1952. Figure it up for yourself, folks. Well, now, how did you start? What was your beginning?
Oh, I got from home a hen and 7 little turks from my home. I moved them.
And where did you live, Mrs. Douglas?
In Londonderry Township.
In the township.
About 4 miles from here.
Then, what did your husband think of that? Was he interested in turkeys then?
Yes, but he didn't like to go after them.
Oh, he didn't?
No, they roamed away.
Then how many of those? You say 7 of them?
Yes.
And
7.
they were hatched from little eggs, and you brought them here with your old turkey hen. And then, how many of those did you raise?
I think I raised 5, and I kept 3 for hens to start the next year.
And did you happen to use one of those for your Thanksgiving dinner?
No, I think we needed to, just starting, needed to keep the money.
All right, now, who wants to tell me where was your next step after that? Mr. Douglas?
Well, now, listen, I don't know.
You don't know? Now, do you know where you went from there?
Well, just started on, and I have raised as many, and they grew wild over the country, gathered bugs and things, didn't have the care that they have today.
And they tell me that they almost lived on bugs then, and now bugs aren't good for them, they say.
That's right.
Well, now, Mr. Douglas, these turkeys love to have us talk about them. What about raising turkeys then? Back there when you were raising, then got into it. Now, what was how many would it be for a big turkey raiser to raise back there then in the beginning?
Well, we raised about 200.
No,
About 175 then.
And that was a lot of turkeys then.
At that time.
And what did you feed them?
Well, corn mostly and oats.
And things you raised right here on the farm.
Things are raised on the farm.
Mm-hmm. And then how big did they usually get, and how long did it take you to get them ready for market?
How big did they get?
I know that they
About
probably...
12 pounds at average, about 12 pounds.
And were they as nice as they are today?
No.
Well, tell us what was wrong with them then,
Oh, well,
in comparison to today's. I want to...
today they're broader-breasted and bigger and more fully developed
Uh-huh.
than what we raised at that time.
And how long did it take you to get them ready for market about that time, do you think?
Approximately the same as it does today, only they just took care of themselves.
Uh-huh.